Hey guys, it's your favorite fruit Kiwi, and I have a question for you. Who here actually remembers Astral Chain? I won't be mad, just be honest with me. It's okay, I get it. The game did release about a month after Fire Emblem Three Houses, which was a pretty big deal at the time, so it can be easy to forget about old Astral Chain. That being said, over 1 million of you people bought this game, so I know you guys know what I'm talking about. But for those who are a bit out of the loop, Astral Chain released August 30th, 2019. This was the beginning of my sophomore year of college for anyone who was curious. It was developed by Platinum Games, the makers behind Bayonetta and Nier Automata, and I believe with every fiber of my being that this is a better game than those two. In Astral Chain, you play as a rookie police officer living on the Ark, a futuristic mega city floating in the middle of the ocean. The game takes place in the year 2078 in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has been nearly wiped out by beings from another dimension, the Chimera. As the newest members of Neuron, a special task force created to battle these interdimensional foes, your character and their sibling, Akira Howard, are given the Legion to aid you in the fight. The game's story takes so many twists and turns, and you learn so much about both the Chimera, humanity's history, the Legion, and even your own character. The Ark makes for a fantastic setting for the game. It's this mega city that has so many interesting places to explore. The Ark is broken up into many different zones, my favorite being Zone 09. The thing about this zone is that it has been completely quarantined from the rest of the Ark. After suffering from the largest Chimera attack in the Ark's history, the government decides to completely seal it off, wanting to stop the spread of the corruption left by the Chimera. This was 20 years before the start of the game, and even though the spread of corruption has been eliminated, Zone 09 stays sealed off from the rest of the Ark. It's not like this zone is abandoned. Everybody who was there when it was quarantined is still there, and they literally haven't been able to leave for 20 years. At one point in the story, you break into Zone 09, and needless to say, the higher-ups don't take it too well. They throw you in a cell for insubordination, take away your Legion, and the friend who helped you sneak in becomes a wanted fugitive. Speaking of your Legion, there are actually 5 different Legions you're able to get your hands on. You start off with the Sword Legion. The other members of Neuron each have a Legion of their own, but early on in the game, after entering the Astral Plane, the home of the Chimera, each member loses control of their Legion. The player character is the only one who manages to secure their Legion, while all the others manage to escape. So it falls to you and your Legion to clean up the Ark from Red Matter, the corruption from the Astral Plane, reclaim the other Legion, and do a bunch of other stuff too. Over the course of the story, the player will get to control these other Legion, the Bow Legion, the Arms Legion, the Beast Legion, and the Axe Legion. Each Legion has its own strengths and weaknesses, and all of them have a purpose, both inside and out of combat. Since you pretty much always have a Legion by your side, that means you pretty much have control over 2 characters at once. Outside of combat, the Legion can be used for all sorts of things. Crossing jumps, cleaning up corruption, eavesdropping on people, and each Legion has their own out-of-combat uses as well. The game is broken into files, and each file is replayable. For the first part of the game, there will be areas that require a certain Legion to reach, and reaching these areas are required for protecting the file. So it encourages players to replay old files once they unlock new Legion. The gameplay is occasionally broken up with these sections where you ride your motorcycle, and by that I mean there are 2 of these sections. One at the very start and one maybe like halfway through. The first one is pretty bare bones, but for the second you get your Legion along for the ride, so it's mechanically more interesting. Still, these sections make for fun spectacles that are more enjoyable than they are not. It's probably a good thing that they don't overstay their welcome. For anyone wondering, yes, this game does have a multiplayer mode, and it was the funniest thing I have ever gotten to experience in gaming. Not too long after this game came out, my roommate at the time and I decided to try it out, and it was fascinating. You still play as one character in the Legion, but the controls are divided between the 2 of you. I think it was the second mission when you need to eavesdrop on someone's conversation. If I remember right, it wasn't just one of us that needed to do it, but we both had to put in the button combo to do it. It was incredible how clunky the multiplayer felt at the time, but it was incredibly fun just for all the wrong reasons. I find it very unfortunate that this game isn't talked about more. Astral Chain is one of those games that always manages to come around once a year. I'll be going about my life, then bam, Astral Chain shows up, and then it's all I can think about for a while. I give it another playthrough, love it, and then I go about my life again. The soundtrack pretty much completely overtakes anything I would normally be listening to as well. Amazing tracks like Savior and Dark Hero are the obvious standouts. But the game has plenty of other hits as well, and I would 100% tell you all to go check out the soundtrack if you have time. I really wish this was on Spotify, but alas, it is not. When writing this video, I learned that there was a collector's edition, and let me tell you, I wish it was mine. If you are ever in the mood for a great action game, be sure to consider picking up Astral Chain. I don't think it'll disappoint you.